Nile TV International.
101 years ago, Lord Howard Carter wrote his name in the history books, not by doing anything except one of the wonderful discoveries in Egypt's modern history, the intact tomb of King Tut, the boy king. And it was such a discovery which amazed the whole world, and until the moment when there are exhibitions of even some of the artifacts or the pieces of King Tut, the whole world fell paralyzed in front of the Egyptian wonderful civilization, and our magic is still going on. To shed more light on the occasion and to commemorate together the occasion, we are very much delighted to have with us via phone Mr. Yehya Abdul Qader, our tourism counselor. Thank you very much for being with us, sir, and have a very good morning first.
Thank you. How are you, Mr. Mead?
Mr. Abdul Qader, of course, when it comes to King Tut, he was the boy king, as we name him, and he died in the very early age. But with the discovery of his intact tomb, he became one of the most famous pharaohs in our history. If you want to elaborate first on his history or how he became a king or a pharaoh in this very early childhood.
Well, actually, like he belongs to the 18th dynasty, which is the modern kingdom. And he is a descendant, like speculation that he's the son of Akhenaten, that switched it from, like the Ammon cult to Atun. And he moved from ancient Thebes, which is current-day Luxor, to Tel el-Amal and Minya. So he's descendant of Akhenaten, and he became the king at very early age. And he passed away nearly when he was 19, and he was born in 1340 BC. And really, like the great discovery came when Howard Carter worked tirelessly for about 10 years when he came across the tomb in 1922 on November the 4th. But the opening and the ceremony was on the 26th. He was waiting for the arrival of Earl Carnarvon, who was sponsoring the excavation of the archaeological search of Howard Carter to find out the burial site of King Tutankhamun.
Sir, there are many, I don't know if they are media reports or rumors about King Tut. Was he killed? What about the x-rays which we made in different occasions to find a fractured knee, for example, a fractured skull, stuff like that? Is it only because it was the very first time to have a discovered intact tomb, and because of this every day we are discovering something new, or this is exactly what happened?
Well, actually, of course, there is, major and several speculations about his death. Accident, some say that he was in a battle, some say that he was assassinated, and some refer to that he was contracting malaria when he was young. And all this, is evident in his corpse and mummy. But, we can't, of course, exactly, judge what was the cause of death. But at least we had, his tomb intact. And that was, the great discovery for the 19th century. And the whole world has been under the pressure of the, funerary content of the tomb and architecture, the music, the movies. The whole world was revolving around the discovery over 100 years ago.
The golden mask is a piece of art, and until the moment we discovered that it was a miracle to have this golden mask in specific, with this accuracy, with this beauty, with this charm. There are opinions saying that when we have exhibitions outside Egypt with the golden mask or with other pieces of King Tut, this is something which should not be made this way. I mean, the people or our guests should come here and should visit our museums to enjoy the charm of King Tut, in specific King Tut's collection. This, are you with this opinion or with that one? I mean, which is which?
Well, really, I quite agree with you because his collection has been on display at the British Museum since 1974. So it has been like, like exposed like over like 60 years now, and it's a limited collection. It's only 50,000 artifacts. So there are some solid parts of it which can, like be transferable and exposed outside Egypt. But now with the foundation of the Grand Egyptian Museum is going to house the whole collection under one roof. So there's going to be no more, like exterior, like exhibitions for King Tut. But currently we have like an exhibition for Ramesses, like gold collections in Australia, in Sydney, and prior to that it was in San Francisco, and Los Angeles, and then Paris. So, I mean, this collection is so rare. So now we're doing the right thing by keeping it under one roof, and it's going to be on display soon, inshallah, when we open the Grand Egyptian Museum.
This was my coming question regarding the Grand Egyptian Museum, as it's going to be a leap or a turning point in our museums tourism in general, and how, in your opinion, we can propagate more, particularly for the whole or wholes, to be accurate, of King Tut's collection.
Well, it's a great, like icon, like for the for this current century, because like it houses over 100,000 artifacts dating from pre-dynastic, and we are proud to display and showcase, like the collection of King Tut. And it's so sophisticated. It has been like developing over 20 years now, and it has like a very gigantic budget as well. So this is going to, like become a great makeshift in the history of, like Egyptology. And we expect large number of visitors that are lining up now to explore this grand museum that will take at least 3 days.
And there are audio services. We are going also to have services for the students or school students and school children to know more, and in a very exciting way, about our history. Sir, since we are speaking about stories and tales, we cannot miss speaking about what was named the Pharaoh's curse. And if you believe in that, and if this really happened with Lord Qader himself when he discovered the tomb of King Tut.
Well, of course, the curse of the pharaohs, like this is something, I mean, like listed in the books, because they don't want their tombs and sanctuaries to be violated. And I remember there was a book, like by Dr. Yehya showing a sarcophagus of one princess in the 6th dynasty, and it has the sarcophagus. She listed all, like the animals that's going to protect her, like a scorpion, a snake, a lion, a crocodile, a hippopotamus, like, so that if anybody violates the tomb, like, and demolish it, is going to be all these ferocious animals, like a creature, be attacking them. So, but they had, I guess, the ancient Egyptians, they had black magic as well. Their corpses.
In fact, sir, we are going to discover every day something new about our ancestors, and the old Egyptian civilization is going to continue to amaze the whole world and to amaze us too. Well, with you, always enjoying our discussions, Mr. Yehya Abdul, our tourism counselor. Thank you very much for your input, sir, and have a very good day. King Tut's tomb, it was a turning point in the discoveries of Egypt in our modern history. Everything was in place. The Golden Mosque is going to remain a source of wonder, and how this was manufactured, how this was made of pure gold, despite the fact that King Tut died when he was only 19, but he became the most famous, or at least one of the most famous pharaohs we have, and during his exhibitions or tours in the international capitals, whether in the United States or all over the European continent, you would find queues of people, thousands of people want to just have a glimpse at the Golden Mosque of King Tut. And the Golden Mosque then was only an example of what all those people or all those tourists or our guests are going to come and to enjoy themselves every piece in our museums. And as we said, the Grand Egyptian Museum is going to be a leap, is going to be a turning point, and inshallah it's going to be inaugurated that soon, and we are going to celebrate together the inauguration with all its halls. And I know that the hall of King Tut's collection is going to be the favorite or the most favorite for many of our guests, whether here in Egypt or from outside the whole world. Come to Egypt and inshallah you are going to enjoy your time. Do you have another report?